What's going on, guys? Today I'm deck profiling it's a Lost World Dino OTK deck, I guess. I've been changing stuff up with this deck here and there. This one's more or less just for fun. It's not really like meta competitive, but I mean, if you want to have some fun with it, I mean, this is a good build. So let's get into it real quick. So you play 3 of the Soul Eating Oviraptor. This card's literally like the best card. Lets you search a dino or even send it to the grave. And then you can target a dino on field, a level 4 or lower on field. And then you can destroy it and then summon a dinosaur from your grave. So it's just so versatile. It's insane. And then you play 3 of the best hand trap for dinos, Miscellaneousaurus. Card literally says your opponent cannot activate cards against your dinos. It's like so nuts. And then you can banish it with any number of dinos, summon that level from the deck. And then you play the boss monster, which is Conductor, which is an insane boss monster, man. Being able to just book a moon your opponent's field and then deal damage by sending the monsters to the grave, by sending, not destroying. And you just deal 1,000. And then there's ways where you can make him do piercing. I'll show you that later. 3 baby Ceratosaurus, because literally your deck just says pop all babies in the deck. And then when they're popped, they get to summon level 4 lowers. And then that's why you play 2 petite, because these will get you into your level 4 higher, like Pankratops or some of the other level 4 higher cards that you can play. So, and I play 2 Pankratops because I mean you can search it out or you can hard draw it, and you mainly go second. So having 2, it's just nice to see it. And then I play 2 Valor, 2 Ash. Those are the only hand traps you really need for this, because you just need targets for your double evolution pill. So. And then my one-ofs is 1 Dogron because it's a searchable kaiju. Overtex Quatless because it's a really good monster to summon when you have 5 banished dinos. It literally just recycles your deck. And then you have a negate. The 1 Giant Rex because when it's banished you get to freely summon it. So that's really good. 1 Aolo. And these next 2 are just kind of playtesting with. I use this Dino Wrestler because it lets you just freely summon it as long as you control no monsters. So it's just really nice to have. You know, if you can't get another dinosaur engraved before you use your miscellaneous, you know, you can get this out and then another monster, link them out, and then you have a Conductor for the first turn. And then I play 1 Tyranno Infinity just for how much this deck actually banishes in the 1 turn that it plays. You can literally make this guy like 4K. So that's it for the monsters. Like I said, this is just my own personal build that I'm just kind of checking out. It's not too competitive, but I mean, if you want to take it to an event like that, you can. 3 Lost World, 1 Terraforming. Lost World's a really good field spell all around. Giving your opponent tokens, making their monsters lose attack. Being able to protect the token by destroying dinosaurs in your deck. You know, this thing is just super good. It comes in clutch, especially when your opponent tries to get rid of their tokens by destroying something. You know, you can even use Lost World to protect it on their turn, so it's just a really good field spell. 3 Fossil Digs, basically the Rhoda for dinos. It's so nuts. And then I never like playing this card at 3, but I tried it this time just to see how it does, and I don't even see it all the time, but I mean, I guess it's nice to have. 3 Desires. I don't know, I don't agree with it. I like to play 2, but you know, sometimes you got to play stuff you don't really like to. 3 Call Buys. I don't think this deck honestly needs it. Like, this deck doesn't really need it because you have miscellaneous to protect all your shit, but it's up to you. Hey Trunade. This card, dude, insane. Being able to just get rid of your opponent's back row with just 1 card is just nuts. You can force out like like Judgment or stuff like that, just so they can keep their back row. But half the time they're just gonna scoop it all up, and now you don't have to deal with the back row like crackdowns or anything like that. You don't have to waste cards in your hand just to get around those specific traps or even anything else that they would try and activate. So you're literally just using this just to bait out what anything that they have. So I think this is just way better than playing any like Twin Twisters or Heavy Storm Duster. I just think this is a lot better. One of the Devil Evolution pills, I mean, I've been playtesting it. 2, 1. It's okay. It comes in clutch when you have it, but I mean, sometimes you just never have enough non-dinosaurs in the grave for it to really go off, so it's usually kind of dead in your hand sometimes. But I mean, it's a really good card nonetheless. So, and then the last card I played, this is just something I was just kind of thrown in for whatever. Action Magic Full Turn. This card literally says do double damage anytime your dinosaurs battle another monster. So there's certain combos where you go into where you can actually do piercing damage. So having Conductor do piercing and do double damage, that's 7k per pierce, give or take, depending on what the defense of the monster is. So, and usually you're hitting the tokens. So it's literally 7k per token. So that's the main deck. Let me show you the extra deck. So I play 1 high-speed red Chambara. Yeah, I mean, he's just a free... Once you get Oviraptor and a Miscellaneous in hand, you pretty much have this combo, or you can go into another card that I'll show you. But this guy lets you attack twice, and each time he attacks, he gains 200 attack, and he doesn't lose it. So you literally attack with 46 total when you go and swing at this monster. And then I play 1 Trishula. I usually never go into it, but I have it in there just in case it comes up. I mean, it just depends on what you're playing and what your locals is like if you really need to actually go into this. But, I mean, for mine, I don't really have to. Pentastag is just such a good link monster. You literally says your Ultimate Conductor does piercing damage against defense position monsters. So you don't have to activate his Send effect. So you can even have him protected from Ogre. So having him being able to do piercing damage is even better, especially when you have the full turn. It literally says any battle damage is doubled, and you do piercing. So when your opponent has tokens, you literally just do 7,000 direct, which is so nuts. 1 battle barricade board blocker. He's good. I might change him out, but he's really good to protect Lost World. I mean, it basically gives your Lost World an extra life. I mean, that's pretty much it. And then if you lose it, you can discard a card during the end phase, and then he'll get it back. So I mean, he's okay. Nightmare Phoenix, just in case, you know, having the Hatronade doesn't work, or that it's something that you need to get off the field, you can just go into Nightmare Phoenix. It's not that big a deal. This deck doesn't really lose a whole lot to certain card effects, but I mean, being able to pop certain things, you know, it just helps. And then 1 Hida, because you play fires in this deck, and then going up against Salads, you can literally just steal like anything in their deck, or in their graveyard, like a Balinx or a Gazelle or whatever they have in grave that you think is going to be like really like good for their strategy coming the next turn if you don't kill them. So this card's really good. 1 Borreload. You don't really have to make it because you have Conductor. I mean, it's not that big a deal. He does come in clutch where you do steal monsters and then you just swing with them. So 1 Abyss Dweller, because we all know what Abyss Dweller does. It says basically your opponent can't activate anything in the graveyard like Orcus or Salads. So it's just a really good card to have. 1 Silent Honor Arc. This card is so good against Orcus. It either baits out their Crescendo, or you're just stealing their Dingirsu or their Galatea, which is really good because once you steal it, they can't activate the counter trap. So it's just really good. And then I play a Utopia package. You don't even need this. You really don't. I have it in there just in case I need to, like if I run out of resources or conductors that have gone to the grave. So it's just in there just for whatever. 1 Dolka, 1 Lagia. These guys are good. This one stops summons, spells, and traps, and this one stops monster effects. So, I mean, having one of each is nice. I mean, like, you can double up on this just to stop people from summoning a couple times, but it just depends. One Dugaris, the Timeless. This card is so good. You literally just detach 2, skip your next battle phase, and you target a monster on field and it gains double the attack. So you can like potentially go into this, make Conductor 7k, go into the Pentastag, have the piercing damage, and then you could even play the full turn and get double the damage of that. So there's multiple ways to OTK with this deck. It's just insane. And then if you don't kill him, you just play Gustav Max and just burn him for 2k for the game. So I don't want to show side deck because side deck, in my opinion, is based on your own personal locals or a regional event, depending on what you're going through. It's just, honestly, it's player discretion more than anything. So, yeah, guys, that's my deck profile. Be sure to leave a like, favorite the page, and subscribe, guys. I'll catch you later.